Hi friends, my name is Vaishnavi and you are watching Cine Talker channel. Today I'm going to explain movie called Jhon Wick Chapter 1. If you like my explanation video then please subscribe my channel and hit the like button. So let's begin. Jhon Wick crashes an SUV into a wall. He staggers on out of the vehicle, bloody and wounded. He puts pressure on a stab wound in his gut. As he crawls to the side, he takes out his phone and watches a video of his wife Helen on the beach. John slumps over and shuts his eyes. Many days ago, John woke up on a cloudy day. He has flashbacks to him being with Helen, up until recently when she collapsed in his arms. She had an illness that eventually claimed her life. It is the day of her funeral. After the service, John's old friend Marcus approaches him to offer his condolences. That night, a delivery arrives for John. It's a small beagle. John finds a note from Helen. She wrote to him that she has made peace with her death, and now she wants John to find his. John weeps. He takes the dog out and looks at its collar, which has a flower on it, leading John to figure out Helen named the dog Daisy. Daisy follows John on his day as he takes his Mustang out. He stops to get gas at the same time as 3 Russian mobsters, including Iosif Tarasov, son of mob boss Viggo Tarasov. Iosif comes up to John's car and compliments it, and then asks how much he wants for it. John says it's not for sale. Iosif then goes over to Daisy, but John scares him away. One of Iosif's buddies peeks his head into the car and wishes John a good day. As John is getting into bed, Daisy needs to use the bathroom. When they get downstairs, there are 2 men in shadows standing before John, while a third takes a bat and whacks John in the head. He starts beating on John while Daisy whines. One of the men goes over to the dog and breaks her neck. The man pulls off his mask to reveal Iosif, who knocks John out. John later wakes up and goes over to Daisy, stroking her head. Iosif takes John's car to a shop run by Aurelio. Aurelio immediately recognizes the car and demands to know where Iosif got it. Iosif brags about who he stole the car from and that he killed this person's dog. Aurelio slugs Iosif in the face. Later, John comes by the shop and asks if Iosif came by, and Aurelio gives John his name to confirm that's who took his car and killed his dog. Even later that night, Viggo calls Aurelio to ask why he struck Iosif. Aurelio says because he stole Jhon Wick's car and killed his dog. Viggo simply replies, "Oh." John takes a sledgehammer into the basement and begins smashing the floor open. He uncovers a stash of guns and bullets. Viggo meets with Iosif in his home to discuss the situation. He socks his son twice in the stomach to reprimand him, reminding him who he just committed a crime against. Viggo tells Iosif that John was associated with him once, until he met Helen and decided to leave. John apparently had a reputation as the boogeyman, or rather, the guy they called to kill the boogeyman. Viggo calls John up to try and resolve the matter, but John hangs up on him. Viggo sends a team of masked hitmen to John's home to kill him. However, John gets the drop on them and takes them all out with ease. He shoots them down and ends up fighting the last few before stabbing the last guy through the heart. John then calls a cleanup crew to dispose of the bodies. This is not the first time they have done business with John, and they know it won't be the last. Viggo meets with Marcus and asks him to kill Jhon Wick for a new contract that he's put out worth $2 million. He also instructs his assistant Avi to call for others to take the job. Marcus accepts. John goes to a hotel, the Continental, to stay as he conducts his business. There, he sees a woman he recognizes, known as Perkins. John meets another old friend, Winston, over trying to find Iosif. Winston tells John that he's in the bathhouse downstairs in the hotel. John goes into the club bathhouse where Iosif and his buddies are. As soon as they spot John, he begins shooting at them while Iosif runs away. Jhon kills every hitman in his path, but he loses Iosif as he flees in a getaway car.
Victor's dead.
At night, Marcus gets to the roof of the building across the street and prepares his rifle to aim into Jhon's room. From the mirror, he sees someone entering. He fires a shot to warn Jhon. It's Perkins. She starts shooting at Jhon while he tries to dodge her. She tells him that Viggo has doubled the contract if she breaks the rules of the hotel. He eventually gets Perkins in a headlock and offers her mercy if she tells him where to find Iosif. Jhon then knocks Perkins out and leaves her with his associate Harry. Harry keeps Perkins cuffed to a chair, unaware that she has dislocated her thumb to slip out. She gets out and puts a pillow over Harry's face before shooting him. Jhon goes to a church where Viggo keeps his secret stash of money. After shooting the other goons in the church, Jhon forces the priest to guide him to where the money is. He lights it all on fire. Viggo learns of the fire moments before he is caught in a hail of gunfire courtesy of Jhon. Although he kills most of Viggo's men, he is knocked out when an SUV rams into another, throwing Jhon off his feet. Viggo captures him and wonders why he's gone to great lengths for revenge. Jhon tells him that the dog was a gift from his dying wife, and that Iosif took that from him. Viggo leaves him with his henchmen for them to suffocate him with a plastic bag. However, Marcus is watching from the next building, and he shoots one hitman in the head to let Jhon take out the other. Jhon gets his gun and shoots at Viggo's getaway car, leaving only him alive. Viggo is forced to tell Jhon that Iosif is hiding in a safe house in Brooklyn. The safe house is guarded by armed men, but none of that stops Jhon from killing them and storming the place. Iosif once again tries to make a run for it, but Jhon catches him and finishes him off. In retaliation for Iosif's death, Viggo has his goons find Marcus and bring him to Viggo's home. There, they beat him good until Viggo and Perkins shoot him to death. Viggo calls Jhon to tell him this, just before boarding a chopper out of there. Before going to the chopper, Perkins is cornered by 4 men led by Winston, who tells her she broke the rules of the Continental. The 4 men execute her. Jhon finds Marcus's body and sets off to take Viggo down. He finds the villains heading to the chopper and tries ramming into them with his car. Viggo makes Avi go out and kill Jhon, only for Jhon to ram into him with his car. Viggo tries to push Jhon's car over the edge, but Jhon gets out safely. The two then fight hand to hand in the rain. Viggo tries to stab Jhon, but Jhon pushes the blade into himself before grabbing it and sticking it in Viggo's neck. He leaves him to die. We go back to the first scene where Jhon is still bleeding. After watching the video with Helen, he is inspired to keep on going. He goes into a dog shelter and tends to his stab wound. He then takes a dog with him, and they go home together. I think this is the end of the video, so if you like my video then please comment your thoughts, subscribe my channel and hit the like button. Thank you, take care and stay safe.